My name is Lenny Rumpler, and I've been a photographer for over 50 years, and I have an upcoming show at the IMAGO Gallery. And today we are at the IMAGO Gallery. This particular picture was taken about 40 years ago when at that time there wasn't any digital photography. And then I realized that some of the things that interested me back then still interested me now. And this was a picture taken at the Museum of Modern Art in New York. And I have a whole series of pictures that I took at that time. And the idea of finding shapes and forms and were the same, I realized that that is what photography was all about, is looking and being able to see things that other people might just pass by and not notice, and possibly, if you're lucky, get that absolutely perfect moment that all things fall into place. But you have to just keep looking and taking pictures. And over the years, I've learned that that more than all the technical things that have come along, that the photographer's eye is still more important than anything else that he has. And if he's developed a good eye over the years, then his work will continue to get better and better. And I hope that mine has. And I wanted to show the old with the new to see, let other people decide, well, have I made the progress that I think I've made? I just returned from a fantastic trip to Alaska. What I would like to show you is just a few pictures that I found as part of the trip. These are not family pictures. These are pictures that I had in mind that were going into the gallery, and I hope you'll find that they're quite different from a usual trip picture. This picture here that you see is a picture on board the ship that we were on. Now this ship is a very large ship, over 2,000 people on the ship. And there were many days when we were traveling up the lower part of Alaska. And so there was time to wander around the ship and take pictures of things that interested me. A lot of my work has been architecturally, has an architectural trend to it, and I tried to pick out things on the ship that were similar to things that I've taken back home, such as bridges and other things that I've done. So this picture was taken on one of those rainy days. You can see the fog coming in. Many of the days when we were up in Alaska were overcast and rainy, and so I took the opportunity, rather than thinking that, oh, this is not a good day, that this happens to be a very good day to be taking pictures. And so I wandered around the ship, and this is one of the pictures I took up on top. As you can see, the clouds coming in, and I try to capture what I felt that day. As you can see, there's quite a bit of color still in the picture, even though it was overcast. But it wasn't just the color that caught my eye. It was the juxtaposition of various chairs and things that were placed around with no people. There were 2,000 people on the ship, and you can see that there's no people in this picture because they weren't out in the rain like I was. Here you see a picture of another bridge. I've been very interested in doing bridges, taking pictures of bridges over the last 8 years, and I like what a bridge can look like from different angles. This is a bridge that was done in Pawtucket, and as you can see, the interest that I had was underneath the bridge and not on top of the bridge. And it was quite a job to get down to the bottom underneath the bridge, which actually I'm sure not too many people have been where I was when I took this picture. I took a whole series of pictures of this bridge from underneath, and that is what I was interested in: the forms, the shadows, the lighting, and this is the things that have interested me in an architectural way. And this one seemed to strike me as a very strong image because of the symmetry, and it had a certain balance to it that I liked, and it was a hard choice to pick one over the other, but I wound up thinking that this is the stronger of the number of images that I took. This is a photograph that I took recently. It shows you how what I was saying about keeping your eyes open and constantly looking for things. I was out for a walk I really hadn't thought about, but I always bring my camera with me, and I happened to look up in a tree and I saw this plastic that was caught in the tree, and as the sun shined through from various angles, it was amazing. Everywhere I looked was another picture, and it was very interesting to realize that there are photographs to be taken, and you just have to keep looking and constantly have your eye open for just that moment when something comes into view and you have your camera with you and you take a series of pictures. Probably took maybe as many as 12 different pictures from different angles, and some of them were better than others, and that's the way I operate. I don't try to just take one picture. Sometimes it works much better to have a variety to pick from, and this is the one that I finally wound up with. Over the years, I've done various things that have interested me in photography, whether they be nature or abstract, and I've also been interested in political commentary by other photographers, photojournalism. And one of the things that I thought I might try to do is to, because I am interested in what's happening today in our political climate, to try to come up with a series of images that would indicate how I feel about what direction the country is going, but in images rather than in spoken word or in writing.